Hello everybody, welcome back to Finnigan 40K. This is going to be the next Fight 'em Up series. I was originally going to call it Primarchs and Their Peeps, but I'm going to change that to Primarchs and Their Posse. So you guys just saw each of the either Demon Primarch or Primarch model and the force that will be joining them for this Fight 'em Up force. This came about from a comment we received a while ago during, I think it was the medium weight for the Fight 'em Up. Where they said that, it's cool to see the models going at it, but it would be great to have some extra models. So what I've done is I've added in kind of a lore-based bodyguard force around each of the Primarchs or Demon Primarch. And then they have kind of a 2IC, so a second in command, which is either a chapter master currently, first captain, or in the case of Lucius, kind of the first captain of the Emperor's Children right now. So what I've done here, it's going to be the first round. There's going to be 2 versus 2 versus 2 for 3 fights. From that, I'm going to roll a dice after into the second round. And that means that one model is going to get a bye into the finals pretty much. But we want to see how this goes. So in the bucket on your right, I have the 2 loyalist Primarchs that currently remain. We don't know who's coming back maybe in the future. Heard rumors about possibly Vulcan coming back. We know Dorn might come back. Corvus Corax. We'll see what Games Workshop has in the future. But the 2 loyalist is the Lion, who won our Fight 'em Up series heavyweight, and then his brother Rabute. So they're in this bucket with what I would say from these remaining Demon Primarch models. The one that is still, he's not loyalist anymore. He's definitely gone full-blown chaos. But Magnus, we kind of know his backstory if you guys are into the Warhammer lore. Kind of wronged by the Emperor. Tried to warn him that stuff was happening. So I have Magnus in that bucket. And also, as per lore, the Chaos demons, so Khorne, Nurgle, Tzeentch, and Slaanesh all hate each other. So they usually have these big competitions, kind of like a gladiatorial thing where they have champions fight each other. So it makes sense that they would be fighting if they're in the warp. So this is kind of cool. So we're going to start to pick out of here. And then, of course, in the bucket on your left, my right, is Angron, Fulgrim, and Mortarion. So I'm just going to shake these up, and we're going to see who's fighting each other in the first round. All right, so I'll pick from the loyalist bucket first. We have Magnus, and he's going to be taking on one of his Demon Primarch brothers versus Angron. So I'm going to put them beside each other. I'll move Fulgrim out. There we go. And all the Demon Primarchs have wings, at least so far. So if Perturabo comes back or Lorgar, we'll see if they have wings. I don't know if they will or if they come back. All right, next up, I'm just going to shake this again. I kind of saw the letters there. So you know what? We'll do Demon Primarch first. So we have Mortarion versus Robbie G. That was the fight during the heavyweight too. So I'll move them beside each other. Sorry, Fulgrim. You're going to have to move over once more. And this is actually pretty amazing because you guys just saw I did the Last Stand series. If you're not aware, there's a playlist called Last Stand series, which has a set amount of Tyranid, around 1,200 points, versus different armies that go in against them. Makes sense. Tyranid are kind of like, they want to consume everything, so they're the perfect enemy for all. But we just saw the Lion in there with his Inner Circle companions. They did okay, pretty good solo. And then we saw Fulgrim absolutely, spoiler alert, wipe out the entire Tyranid force. So this is going to be a heck of a fight. Fulgrim versus the Lion, and both of their bodyguard posse forces are pretty cool. So I'm not going to make this video too long. Super excited to get this going. Again, after the first round, there's going to be 3 victors from that. So we'll have a dice roll of probably D3. Assign numbers to each of the models that still remain. That model that is rolled will be moved over to the finals. But we're going to get this one going right away. I don't know when I'll be shooting the first video for this. It is a long weekend in Canada. We have a civic holiday on Monday, so I might get the first one going this weekend. We'll have to see what's up. But yeah, we have Angron versus Magnus the Red. We have Fulgrim versus the Lion. And we have Rabute Gilliman versus Mortarion. It's going to be a hell of a scrap, and we'll see what all of their abilities can do when they get working together with their posse. Sometimes the posse is going to buff out the Primarch, and then vice versa, the Primarch usually buffing out the posse. So yeah, we'll get this going. Thank you guys so much for watching. Give us a like, subscribe, check out finniganproductions.ca, and we're going to see which Primarch and posse number one in the Finnigan 40K Fight 'em Up series. All right, let's do it.